We have to go on to the social media pages. First, we'll go to John Dramani Mahama at JD Mahama on Twitter. It says shocking with an exclamation. No, PK was only last Saturday actively involved in our party's constituency elections in the Central Region. Very sad Friday, and then there's also a tag at official NDC GH. So let's go to the Twitter handle of the Vice President of the Republic, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, at M. Bawumia. Just 32 minutes ago, posted this, as I received with shock and sadness the sudden death of my predecessor, His Excellency Amissah-Arthur, former Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. He dutifully served our nation in the high offices of Governor of the Bank of Ghana and Vice President of the Republic. Then a nice picture is posted there. Well, he was a man of many skills, many talent and intellect. And we'll bring you a biography of the late former Vice President of our Republic, Papa Kwesi Amissah-Arthur.
Kwesi Amissah-Arthur, born April 29, 1951, was an economist, academic and politician who was the 6th Vice President of Ghana, in office from August 6, 2012 until January 7, 2017, under President John Dramani Mahama. Previously, he was Governor of the Bank of Ghana from 2009 to 2012. He was sworn in as Vice President on August 6, 2012, following vetting by Parliament, a week after Mahama himself was sworn in. This followed the sudden death of John Atameos on July 24, 2012. Kwesi Amissah-Arthur was a research assistant at the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research between 1974 and 1975. He later joined the Economics Department as a teaching assistant from 1977 to 1978, going on to become an assistant lecturer in 1979. He lectured at the Department of Economics at the University of Ghana between 1980 and 1988. He had also been a lecturer at the Department of Economics, Anambra State College of Education, Awka, Anambra State, Nigeria, from August 1981 to July 1983. He went into politics until 1997. He worked as a consultant for the World Bank in the Gambia. He also served as a consultant for the Netherlands Government Education Project in Ghana.
So we bring you some interview excerpts we've had with the former Vice President, of course, since passed on. And I will bring you more reports we've been able to capture in the past.
God's word is universal, but understanding of it based on cultures. And African culture is unique. And so what they have done is to present the Bible, to interpret the Bible in the stories, the relevance of those stories in Africa, in an African context, so that we Africans can also live with this universal message.
As a former Vice President, you obviously may have the conduct of people in the past. We've talked lots about how the church could be key in changing attitudes of young people, lots of wrong things across the youth.
The call to the youth is for us to study the Bible. It's a living document, and therefore we all live by it. It has many lessons in leadership, many lessons in how we conduct ourselves, both in private and in public, and I think those are the relevant messages for youth in Africa.
So in your very introduction, you cracked the joke about remaining active. Where should we expect you next apart from such events?
I'm going to be active. I will comment on national affairs as I see fit. I have a lot of experience in many things, and I'm not going to be sitting in a corner when things are going wrong. If things are going wrong, I'll speak about them. If things are going right, I'll comment whoever is doing the right thing, but I'll comment on national affairs.
How about the arena of politics? We are supposed to see you on the ticket of the NDC.
Whatever the calling is... No, sorry, what was your question?
terms of the arena of politics are we expecting to see you on the ticket of a party?
I'll be active in national life, in all aspects of national life, and so that's my.
Just to be clear, whether this is you are done with active politics or you still stay in it.
Can one be ever in this after having occupied this position ignore things that happen? I'm saying that you cannot ignore things that happen in our country, and we, the people who have been privileged to serve, should be able to draw many lessons from what goes on, so that we can help to improve conditions of life for the people.
So you continue to be available and put yourself up.
To be active, I'll continue to comment. We have given, the government has just come into office. I think we must allow the president time to settle in office, to appoint the people to help himself. But as soon as that is done and they start administering our country, we will be able to then take them to task for things that are not going right, and commend them also for things that they do right.
But so far, have you been
I reserve my comments. They're not 100 days yet.
It's been about 4 months. They have some few days, less than 20 days.
They haven't done 100 days yet. I reserve all comment until they have passed through their standard 100 days, and then we shall start commenting.
The last issue, you've been a governor of the Bank of Ghana before. The governor recently resigned. Did that come as a surprise to you?
Yes, it was a surprise to me. I don't think that anybody takes the position of governor lightly. It's a very important position, and it moves markets, and people who are interested in Ghana's development, the economic development of Ghana, are interested in who stays as who occupies the seat as governor. And I think after 1 year, he had grown into the job, and I was expecting much more from him. But he says that it's personal, and he's decided to call it quits. I also know his successor quite well. Dr. Addison was Director of Research when I was governor. He has a fantastic mind, and I hope that the staff will support him in doing the things that are necessary to be done to stabilize the economy and for the economy to grow.
When you hear comments like was forced out, does it come as a surprise to you?
It comes as a surprise to me because the governor cannot be forced out. According to the rules, the Constitution protects the position of governor once he's appointed, unless he's done something that he can be impeached for as an appeal court judge. You cannot remove the governor just because you don't like him, because that is the stability of the central bank, is the stability of monetary policy that we're interested in, not the individual who is there. The individual is protected from being removed at the whims of a president. So I know that if they had tried, he could have stayed in his position if he personally wanted to. He didn't, so he must have some personal reasons. Maybe he has some new challenges that he wants to tackle.
I will bring you another soundbite in which the former vice president, the late former vice president, was also responding to some economic commentary on the subject of the state of the economy, what also the vice president may have said or not said as far as the administration of the NDC managing the economy.
There are many people who are speculating about this. It's not time. We are trying to make our party into a coherent, cohesive organization. That's all we are interested in. As for leadership, I don't know if there are any serious people who are politicking at this time, because I don't think it's time enough.
But are you considering it?
I'm not considering it, but the people have come to me, and I say that I'm thinking about it. Yeah. You have to be very committed to be able to say that I'm ready to take all that. It takes a lot of work. I saw what Prof. Mills did. I saw him travel around this country, saw him meet people, I saw him prepare. We have to prepare a message. You have to prepare a program. You can't just want to be president because you want to be president. You want to be president because we want to deliver something to the country. Now, so I'm not there yet.
Okay, you're giving me two answers. You're not considering it.
I'm saying that to be able to do that,
yeah,
one has to prepare a program.
Yes, but I just quoted you there. You said you're not considering it, but people have come to you and you've told them you're thinking about it.
Yeah.
So which of them should we take? That you're thinking about it and there's a possibility that 2020 we should see you?
I like the way you ask your questions. No, I'm not, as of now, I'm not in the race. But nobody knows what will happen in a year's time.
Decide to consider in the near future, because now you're giving me a 50-50 answer. Should you decide, what will be your focus?
Should I decide? Yeah, it's a hypothetical question. I'm saying to you that everybody who offers himself for national office, herself for national office, should come with some experience. It is what, and should be able, like Prof. Mills, to call on people who have other skills that you don't have, and be able to put a team together. He was when I saw him in Legon, he was a young lecturer. He was responsible for the football amalgamated clubs in Legon, and so he believed in teamwork. I think that teamwork is very important in this thing. So you have to be able to bring a skill there, but you also be able to call on other people who have skills that you don't have to be able to. And that's the message for people who are offering themselves for national leadership. Let's be honest, people are not saying things that are affecting them, and it's a worry. Yes, I said that we have to give the government and any new government the chance to implement their programs, and so I thought that a year was long enough for us to be able to determine whether they were on the right path, what they are doing, whether it met our expectations. And I think it's about time that we started raising it. Not just raise it to undermine them, raise it in order for them to correct. Because any good thing that happens for all Ghanaians, and we're all hoping that every initiative that they've taken, all these programs that they've launched, they'll be able to do it in such a way that the Ghanaian people will get relief from them. I'm not seeing that, and that is the worry that I have. There are many issues there. I've just received a copy of the Shrad report. I've skimmed through it, and it's worrying, the things that they have said. I've also seen the newspaper headlines that are trying to exculpate the finance minister. I think there's more in the report, and I'll need a day or two to be able to read. It's 149 pages odd, and I think that one needs to read it carefully before one comments on it. But if there are concerns that I've raised, we'll definitely raise them. You know, economic questions don't change over time, so he can answer the same questions. He posed them. He's the great economist. He will be able to answer them. He's there now, so he should be able to answer it. As I said, economic questions don't change over time. The same questions, maybe the answer will change. He will offer us the responses.
So you want him to answer his own questions, the 77 questions he posed to you?
Well, so they are not on-scene questions for him, so he should be able to answer, because he's seen the questions, so it's not. No, I think that there are serious issues in the economy that we need to tackle. It is not the grandstanding, and that is important. It is getting the serious issues resolved. And I think that we have a problem of spending monies beyond our capacity. And you can do that for a year or two, you can finance it, but clearly inflation will pick up, and so there are concerns going forward that I have about the way in which the budget has been implemented. Let's be honest, people are not sick.
Amissah-Arthur, born April 29, 1951, was an economist, academic and politician who was the 6th Vice President of Ghana, in office from August 6, 2012 until January 7, 2017, under President John Dramani Mahama. Previously, he was governor of the Bank of Ghana from 2009 to 2012. He was sworn in as Vice President on August 6, 2012, following vetting by Parliament, a week after Mahama himself was sworn in. This followed the sudden death of John Atamios on July 24, 2012. Pakwesi Amissah-Arthur was a research assistant at the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research between 1974 and 1975. He later joined the economics department as a teaching assistant from 1977 to 1978, going on to become an assistant lecturer in 1979. He lectured at the Department of Economics at the University of Ghana between 1980 and 1988. He had also been a lecturer at the Department of Economics, Anambra State College of Education, Awka, Anambra State, Nigeria, from August 1981 to July 1983. He went into politics until 1997. He worked as a consultant for the World Bank in the Gambia. He also served as a consultant for the Netherlands Government Education Project in Ghana.